Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anyway.
I don't know about you guys, but I think it's about time that happened. So, woo! But for those of you that don't know, I'm Katie. I'm Emily's younger sister, the one and only. I don't think she can handle more than one. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather as per usual, so gotta deal with that. I remember the weekend that Tim and Emily, don't laugh, Tim and Emily came home to announce their engagement to the immediate family, my parents and I, and I was immediately suspicious. Emily walked in the front door, her hair was done, she was wearing a dress. I mean, that was weird. Tim, I think, was wearing a bow tie, which, it looked good. You were looking sharp. But, so I was a little set off at that point. I was like, all right, what's happening? What's going on? Then I got it in my head. I was like, oh boy, I'm going to be an aunt. And then, it was more like, yes, I'm going to be an aunt. But alas, that day has yet to come. That's what happens when you don't call your sister right after the proposal happens, by the way. She thinks up of what could be like the dirtiest dirt that, I could think of. But, anywho, so, as though I have been very close with Emily, my whole life. We've been very, very tight. That's why, I was shocked I didn't get that call. Not bitter about it or anything, but we've always been very close. We never really fought like normal siblings did, except the floor's lava would get a little physical sometimes. But that's about the extent of it. But I don't think I really realized I was an independent organism until she went to college, and that's when. She met Tim, so I can't, complain about it, 'cause Tim's pretty awesome. But for the record, when I would visit Emily at college, I would go there frequently because, we were so close. The first time I met Tim, he does have a reputation for horrible, horrible first impressions. And he kept that reputation with me. Oh, he tanked it. It was bad. It was very bad. But throughout the expansive timeline of Emily and Tim's relationship, he has redeemed himself and proven that he is probably the most perfect fit for Emily. So patient, really patient, like so patient. I mean, if you, Emily, we love Emily to death, but, there are those times we're like, all right, okay, Emily, okay. But I love you, and I'm so blessed to have you as an older sister. I'm honored to be your maid of honor. I might have not been the best one. I don't really know what I'm doing. But I wish you two the best, and they're just full of love for you guys. Anyways, for further college dirt, please see Stacy, Melissa, or Katie. Oh, Katie's got the dirt. So see them for the real college dirt. I don't have that, but Anyways, I love the both of you. If you guys could raise your glasses to Emily and Tim, may you have a lifelong happiness together.
Okay, most of you don't know me, but my name is Seth, and I am Tim's longtime roommate. through college and after. And when Tim gave the best man speech at my wedding, he began by setting everybody's expectations in the proper space. So I'm just going to do a little bit of that right now by pointing out that I'm already married. I have no fear of reprisal. So, with that in mind, let me tell you about sophomore year. At Aquinas College, first semester that I was Tim's roommate. We hadn't been roommates that long at this point, but we were friends. We did know each other. And one night I'm minding my own business in the dorm room, and Tim comes back quite inebriated. There was drinking and Super Mario Brothers involved. I'm not exactly sure on the details prior to the point he came in the door of the room, but after that there was quite a lot of fun with the resident director showing up, campus safety showing up, everybody just making sure the situation was, everything was cool, and Tim was very careful to point out that I had just been in the room the whole time, I had nothing to do with it, and he wanted to make sure that I was not held responsible for any of his actions, which I appreciate. And over the course of the evening, Tim related many things to me repeatedly, including that he was concerned because he valued my opinion of him and didn't want me to think less of him, that this was not a regular thing. He was also sharing me some of his more philosophical ideas, such as the idea that when someone is drunk, they are more honest because they can pass it off later as they were just drunk talking. So I learned three things about Tim that night. The first one is that he is an honest drunk, a drunk of integrity, if you will. The second thing was that even though we hadn't known each other that long in the great scheme of things, he was still very concerned about my opinion of him, what I thought of him, and the third thing is that he was very concerned about my well-being. And that's really what I took away from that, is that Tim is a person who, in any situation, is concerned about the people around him and is concerned about their well-being. So, Tim, I just want to let you know that I am proud to call you my friend. I'm glad that we met during orientation and struck up that friendship. And Emily, I'm going to say something obvious here for the sake of emphasis. You married that. And I'm glad you did, because as soon as I figured out what was going on, as soon as the confusion dissipated, I knew that the relationship that was developing between you and Tim was having an enormous positive effect on him, and that you were just the right person to bring him out, to bring him out of our room and down the hallway. But it was just a beautiful thing to watch happening. And so I would like to have everybody raise your glass if you've still got it. And I'd like to toast to Tim and Emily.
Some